this, I feel so bad for my baby. Like, he didn't let himself cry. He wasn't in pain. Like, yes, he was hurt by his adopted parents basically throwing him out. His little parents throwing him out and sending him back to a complete stranger who he doesn't even know. Like, he never let any of it hurt him until he got his packagings. All the stuff he used to own in his old room at his parents' home, he's finally gotten them, and he's sitting down and bawling. He is literally hurt, and I literally want to fight his adopted parents. I literally want to give them a punch and a half. Like, I want them to hurt as badly as my baby is hurting. Like, he is in so much pain because these people are like, oh, we raised you for 17 years. We don't want you anymore. We're going to throw you out. Like, how awful can you be to throw out a little child? How awful can you be? The main character ends up paying for another thing for his bio father. Basically, his bio father went to the Melody store and had to buy stuff off credit. And then he asked the main character to do it, and the main character is unable to say no because this man helped him build a bookshelf. So he can't tell him no. So he has to go and pay for the dude's stuff. Yes. This is the second time the main character has to pay for things in his new home. And again, he's buying most of the food to feed himself. Because again, his dad doesn't do that. The main character and the male lead gets into a little brawl. And the main character bites him. Literally bites him, which kind of reminds me of Ballad of Sword and Wine in book 1. Where the main character and the male lead gets into a physical brawl. And the main character bites the male lead. Yes, this kind of reminded me of that scene. I'm just saying, it does. It really does remind you of that scene. Like, full on putting a freaking bite mark into his future husband. I don't know what you call this vehicle, but it reminds me of Herbie. You know Herbie the bug? That cute, adorable little bug. That, for some reason, reminds me of Herbie. It is so adorable. Like, look at it. I just, for some reason, want to pinch its cheeks. It is so cute. Like, a car should not be this cute, but it is. It is very cute. So, you know how I said the mom doesn't parent? She doesn't at all. Like, her youngest is having a breakdown because, again, she got bullied. A group of boys literally wrote all over her art book and wrote awful things to her. And instead of taking care of it herself, she calls her oldest child to take care of it. And the male lead arrives, has to comfort and care for his sister, and is like, you want me to take care of it? She goes, no, I'll take care of it myself. Well, the mom is just sitting there going, woe is me, woe is my life, woe that I have to parent these children. Whoa, my son hates me. Like, girl, shut up and parent your children. Take care of your children. Go to the school and show the school the horrible, vile things these boys wrote about your daughter in her art book. Instead of crying about how terrible your life is. Be a goddamn parent. And the little girl, she takes care of it. She takes care of it. You know how she does it? She takes her skateboard and bashes one of those boys in the head. And the main character came across this. Like, he was sent by the teachers because, again, the teachers aren't going to teach her. Sends the main character to go find the male lead to talk to the male lead why he's missing school. And the main character sees the little sister bashing a boy's head with a skateboard. And the main character full on takes the sister's side because he's like, she would never do this at all. There has to be a reason. And a bunch of adults, specifically this boy's parents, when they find out what's happening, they want to physically assault this elementary age child. They want to physically assault her, give her the same punishment she gave their son. And again, these boys aren't going to admit to the crime that they committed to her, that they bullied her. So she's the one who's punished. Like, this even ends up in the hands of the cops. Like, yes, the male lead sooner or later arrives, the big sister figure arrives, and the delinquent boy, they all three arrive to help the main character with the little sister. But yes, this was a whole mess. But these adults wanted to beat a little child. The big sister, the main character, and the male lead are like, if you try laying hands on her, we'd lay hands back. Like, we're not playing these games. But again, instead of these adults who are threatening a little child getting punished by the police officers, it's the big sister figure and the male lead who's getting told to shut their mouths or they'll be, arrested. What? What? Why are you threatening a teenager instead of the little grown adults who are threatening children? Make that make sense. Another fight that the main character has to settle is between his father and a group of men. He comes home with the male lead and finds his dad being literally beaten on the ground by a group of men and gets in between the group of men and his bio father. And once they get the whole thing settled, neither him and his bio father talks for a while, and they finally sit down and talk. But it's not much of a conversation at all. Like, this poor kid is literally having to parent his bio father because no one else is there to parent him or, make his bio father be a grown adult. His adopted mother calls to check in on him, and he's obviously like, I don't want to talk to you, and giving her one-word sentences because, honestly, woman, you sent him to this place because he was getting into fights. You think he's going to be happy with you? He wants to hear from you? You're an awful woman. You sent this child to this place, full knowing what this place could have been like, and thought he would be grateful to you, that he would want to continue a relationship with you? F off. F off, woman. You don't get to act like you're a caring parent when you sent him here. Seriously, shut your mouth. Go away. This will get me a lot of hate, I know, but I do not like the Melite's mom. Okay, she goes to him, throwing a hissy fit that he needs to go to his father's death place and burn money for the man, even though he used to physically assault her and that she used to wish he was dead. But now she's acting like the depressed, sad widow that lost the love of her life. And I'm like, woman, he was an awful, disgusting pig. You should be grateful that he's dead. You should be parenting and raising your children and not running after every young thing. Because, again, she's dating men who are in their 20s and 30s. And she's in her 40s. Like, she's chasing after young little things compared to her. She's full on grabbing the cradle while not taking care of her children. And then being upset with her son for driving those men away. And then also being upset that her son won't go and mourn his father, who did awful things to her and her daughter. And probably harmed him too. Like, woman, get over yourself. Parent your child. Take care of your children. Get help. Get therapy. Get literal therapy. Stop drinking. Stop sleeping around. Get therapy. Start working on yourself. Start helping yourself. Stop treating your son who's actually trying to help you like he's the bad guy of your story. No, the bad guy of your story is dead, and you're being the bad guy of your own story at this point. The main character and the Melite, they kiss. Typically, the main character kissed the Melite's cheek, but they kissed! They have kissed. It's at the end of the book, but they kissed. Also, we know the Melite doesn't have feelings for his big sister figure like I assumed, and it was just the main character assuming that. He does not have feelings for her, and that he is gay. He is full-on gay, so yay! We're not going to have a whole messy situation here. Not at all. So there's another reason why I don't like his adopted parents is they're the strict traditional kind where you have to study nonstop. You're not allowed to do fun things or have snacks. They wouldn't let him have snacks. He was only made to study and have perfection. He was forced to be an overachiever when it came to his school sets. Not because he wants to be the top student, because they enforced it on him. They wanted him to study and study and study and only ever study. Like, no surprise he was getting into fights at school. He was never allowed to breathe at home. He always felt like he shouldn't cross a line. Well, no surprise. Every time he did anything that wasn't studying, he was probably punished for it. Oh my God, I do not like these people. Every time there's a little mention of them, I want to throw hands with them. I know probably down the line they will try to show us that they were actually good adopted parents, but no, you can't change my mind. It might down the line, but right now I don't like